Does this vacant lot full of concrete and asphalt in Brooklyn hold the bodies of American heroes? Well, an archaeological dig is underway before the city builds a pre-K school on the site.
We all have a desire to recognize sacrifice, to recognize the great lengths that people go to in terms of their commitment to create country, family, community, and everybody likes to have closure.
I want to take a minute to tell you about the Maryland 400, American heroes you may not have heard of. Now, during the Battle of Long Island in August of 1776, the Marylanders saved General George Washington's army and perhaps the entire revolutionary cause with their enormous sacrifice.
And the British created what they were hoping would be a pincer maneuver, where they sent the bulk of their troops around to Jamaica Pass, which is near today's cemetery of the Evergreens, and they were going to cut off the American escape. And it just happened that it was around the stone house that this engagement sort of culminated.
Today, the site is on 9th Street between 3rd and 4th Avenues, next to an American Legion post. And that post has a metal sign the city put up in the 1950s memorializing the Marylanders. I wondered how many people went by this place every day not knowing what happened here. And I thought about how much of a slight it is that these men's bodies lie unrecognized in what was said to be an unmarked mass grave created by the Hessians and British. But then Kimberly Maier, historian from the old stone house, told me that they're actually not buried there.
Traditionally, the British would have buried traitors where they fell, especially on a hot summer day in August, where the local residents or the enslaved would have been in charge of burying whoever had died on site.
So where are the Maryland 400?
They could be in what's now the 1st or 4th Street basins along what's now the Gowanus Canal, because that would have been in the line of retreat.
Still a story that has a lot of resonance for us when we think about heroics, and it reminds me of a line in the old Western, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. When the legend becomes fact, print the legend. Mike Schneider, former TV anchor, you're a little bit of a history buff. What do you think about the story of the Maryland 400 and their final resting place?
Well, it ties into everything about New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania for that matter, the whole of Washington's retreat, and came basically across the Hudson River up near Alpine all the way through. So you can't, you know, how many of us drive each and every day down a road with a historic sign that says something related to those events, which ultimately goes back to those guys from Maryland?